What a fantastic cup tie atmosphere at Hillsborough. And at a time when visiting supporters aren't welcome everywhere, it's fascinating that Sheffield Wednesday have had to surrender the whole of the Leppings Lane end of their ground to accommodate 15,000 Coventry fans, more than their average home gate, who've added £60,000 to today's receipts for the privilege of seeing their team attempting to reach the FA Cup semi-finals for the first time in their history. And it would certainly be less of an occasion without their colourful presence. Well, Sheffield Wednesday are defending that extraordinary record of being unbeaten at home in an FA Cup tie for 23 matches, a record stretching back to 1973. And their only problem of team selection has been who to leave out. In the end, 18-year-old Carl Bradshaw is preferred at number 10. He's the man who's scored in each round of the Cup so far, and David Hurst is named as one of the two subs. Coventry, who won last week's dress rehearsal between these teams 1-0, but they had their influential midfield player Dean Emerson injured in that match, and he misses today's cup tie. Fortunately, though, number 7, Dave Bennett, is able to start only his second game in 2 months, and both Keith Houchin and Nick Pickering have recovered from their injuries. And one unusual statistic, the last time Coventry played here, Steve Igricevic scored with a massive clearance against his opposite goalkeeper, Martin Hodge. Alan Gunn, in charge of his first match at Hillsborough, starts this quarter-final with Coventry in all yellow attacking the goal to the right. And there's definitely a feeling about Coventry this season that this could be the occasion when they reach their first major final. Never in 103 years have they won a major trophy. And Coventry yet to concede a goal in this competition. That's Wednesday's ball. Sterling takes it quickly. There's plenty of players forward here for Wednesday. Sterling can knock it into the far post. Igricevic able to dominate his area. Wasn't beaten in the 3rd, the 4th or the 5th round ties. And every time he kicks it, you can be certain that Martin Hodge will be on his toes. Shelton to Bradshaw. Needs 2 touches. Megson first time for Chapman. He's got Kilcline in front of him. Good interception by Phillips. Forward by Peake to Regis, who's on his own. Coventry are getting players forward now. Here's Brian Burrows. Can he keep it in? No, he couldn't. What a pity. Worthington. Again, that's Wednesday's ball. Snowden, elder brother of Ian, who now plays at Everton. Again, Wednesday's ball. So they've progressed down this near touch line with 3 throw-ins. Marwood. Worthington. Cleared by Downs, only to Snowden. Marwood. Downs is certainly a busy defender. Now Peake. Bennett. For Regis to chase. Madden in pursuit. For Pickering. Oh, tidy defending by Mel Sterland, who'd sprinted back half the length of the field. Offside. And 28, Cyril Regis, the man who started in non-league football. Coventry's top scorer this season with 11. Nixon flicks it on. Kilcline's clearance. The difference in FA Cup tradition between these two sides really is remarkable. Wednesday, who've reached the Wembley final 5 times, looking to get to their 16th semi-final. Coventry, of course, who've never got past this quarter-final stage. Indeed, they've only ever played one cup semi-final, and that was in the Football League Cup back in 1981, when they lost. Oh, Regis! Madden and Regis together, and that's the first time that Coventry have threatened. A good long ball, looking for Regis at the far post, but they couldn't quite get it over the attention of Laurie Madden. Phillips with the corner. Knocked down by Kilcline, Pickering off his toe. Now the linesman's flagging on the far side, but the referee's wave play on. Marwood. Worthington. Still kept his feet. So Laurie Madden with the first important stop for Wednesday. They might have to do a few more of those. Worthington. Sterling. Well, that's very speculative from long range against a goalkeeper who's 6'3". Regis. Worthington will play it back to Hodge. Hodge plays the ball out of his own penalty area. Give himself an extra 10 or 15 yards. Megson. Couldn't beat McGrath. Now Pickering. Houchin. There's very little on for him here. As always, Greg Downs is available. Regis. Bennett steps over the attentions of Madden. Regis! Now, Cyril Regis with just Hodge to beat, and he has! Cyril Regis, his 12th goal of the season, and Coventry have done what they've threatened already in this match, and that's breaking from the halfway line with pace. A neat little link-up between Regis and Bennett, who stepped over the attentions of Madden, the ball into the path of Regis, who was able to run forward with a clear sight of goal and beat Hodge. So Coventry with their noses in front, and now beginning to sense their first FA Cup semi-final. Little David Bennett. He's been suffering from a thigh strain and has only played one previous game in the last 2 months. He hasn't been involved too much in this match in the first 17 minutes, but what a telling ball that was to Regis. 15,000 of them have come from Coventry, and now they've got something to cheer. This is Regis. Oh, nicely taken, Regis. Houchin. Pickering. There's an air of confidence about Coventry. No offside. Lloyd McGrath. Wednesday looked for the offside and it didn't come. Oh, now they're in trouble. And finally it's Nigel Worthington who brings it out. And Wednesday are certainly rattled. Well, it really was astonishing that the Wednesday defence allowed Lloyd McGrath that much space in the belief that he was offside. Bennett can go forward, brought down by Snowden, and that'll be a free kick. Well, Peter Eustace in the middle there, the Sheffield Wednesday #2, was a player the last time this club got to a Wembley Cup final. Taken by Burrows, now he steps over it, Pickering. Oh! And the header was by Houchin, the man who got that critical goal against Manchester United. And I think he'll be disappointed that he didn't get that on target. Definitely Coventry's opportunity to make it 2. linesman's flagged on the far side. Free kick to Wednesday. Peake's header. Marwood. Chapman. Sterland. Can't get the better of Coventry's left back. Or has he kept it in play? He has. Sterland. Yes! Oh, great stop by Igrizovic. From Gary Shelton. Sterland kept the ball in play. He cut it back to Gary Shelton, who must have thought he'd scored, but Igrizovic went down to stop it on the line. Downs. Always trying to play it back to the keeper. Well, having looked impeccable for so long, Greg Downs, he's made two critical mistakes in the last few minutes, and that almost let Chapman in. And this first half now moving into injury time. As Wednesday come forward through Shelton. Coventry fans that are whistling. Marwood, no free kick, Pickering. And now the referee does blow the whistle. The end of a fascinating first 45 minutes, which really has posed some question marks for Sheffield Wednesday, because they've had the lion's share of possession and haven't really managed to threaten. And the only goal, well, that came from Cyril Regis after 17 minutes, a goal which may well have set Coventry on their way to their first ever FA Cup semi-final. And if a stranger came into Hillsborough at half-time and looked around and saw all the blue and white, well, he might be forgiven for thinking that this was Coventry's home ground. And as Wednesday start this second half, it's an interesting thought for Coventry that if they do get to the semi-finals, well, they may well find themselves playing that match here at Hillsborough. And the linesman on that far side has signalled an infringement. So Wednesday start the second half with a free kick, and wouldn't they do it enough to score right at the start of this second 45 minutes? They've pushed 6 players forward. Marwood signals. Igrizovic comes and takes it with one hand at the second attempt. Downs. Regis, beautifully taken on his chest. And now for Bennett. Oh, he's kept it in play, Bennett. Snowden committed himself. Bennett. Worthington's interception with Houchin behind. And David Bennett, well, he's been really influential in this match, hasn't he? He's the man who laid on the goal for Regis. And I think Snowden rather committed himself then, but the footwork of Bennett was good enough to keep it in play. If only he could have picked out Houchin. Houchin, beaten by Smith. John Sillett, the Coventry chief coach, closest to the camera, earnestly on his chewing gum. Bradshaw. Megson looking for Shelton. And the Wednesday crowd behind the goal appealing for hands against Peake. Shelton running back to the referee. And there was no expression on the face of Trevor Peake. And at this point, with Wednesday unable to break the deadlock, Howard Wilkinson has decided to make a substitution, sending on both his substitutes, in fact, David Hurst and Chris Morris. And Coventry making a substitution too, sending on young Steve Sedgley, their 18-year-old player. Howard Wilkinson now down in the dugout. That's him just being masked. Regis is offside, it won't count. And it really is almost impossible for the players to hear the referee's whistle. And I think there's also a little bit of Coventry keeping possession whenever they have it, to waste as much time as possible. Hodge, again, a long way out of his goal. Flicked on. Shelton hunting and Mexon! And Coventry's concentration has finally lapsed, and Mexon has put Wednesday back into this match. Thumbs up from Gary Mexon, his 6th goal of the season. The man whose father captained Wednesday in the FA Cup final of 1966 when they lost to Everton 3-2, has given Wednesday a glimmer of hope. It's 1-1. And that came about as a result of a little flick on from Lee Chapman. Shelton was hunting, but it fell to Mexon, who drilled it past Grizovic. And that goal in the 67th minute has lit a furnace under this quarter-final, which was already boiling up. Bennett. Wednesday's ball. Shelton. Burrows puts it behind for the corner. And all the pressure now is from Wednesday. Marwood. Flicked on. Houchen. And that's another corner. Regis again defending at the near post. Marwood. Snowden behind him. Finds space for the cross. Away by Peake. Again Regis in their penalty area. Out to Phillips, who steps over the tackle of Shelton. Here's David Phillips. Now Coventry are streaming forward. It's 4-on-4. Houchen. And Mexon, the goal scorer, back to take it off his toe. Think, says Howard Wilkinson, with 15 minutes left. Nicely done. And Marwood turns it behind for the throw. Bennett waits for it to drop. And Coventry get possession. Bennett. Regis lets it run under his feet to Houchen. Houchen, has he made himself space? Oh, he came off the defender! It's an own goal! Houchen will take the credit. Hodge looks in dismay, but it's Smith. Well, the question will always remain, would Hodge have saved it? But the shot from Houchen took a deflection off Mark Smith and flew past Martin Hodge, and Coventry are back in front. Dismay for Mark Smith after 78 minutes of this quarter-final. A deflected own goal, and Coventry back in front 2-1. Well, Keith Houchen knows all about winning cup ties, doesn't he? The penalty that beat Arsenal when he played for York in the 4th round 2 seasons ago. The goal that beat Manchester United in the 4th round in this year's competition. And he'll certainly take the credit for that one. Bennett. Worthington. Oh, it's fallen in the path of Houchen. It's number 3. It's all over now. And Houchen salutes the Coventry supporters. A lucky break. Desperate situation for Wednesday. But that has wrapped it up now. Houchen, a gift of a goal. His 2nd of the match. It's Coventry 3, Wednesday 1. And for the first time, Coventry are looking at an FA Cup semi-final place. And these Coventry fans, believe me, are not only celebrating what looks like a great victory here, they're also celebrating a new Coventry City side. A team that's been in the First Division for 20 consecutive seasons. That's John Sillett smiling, just went out of the picture as he sat back. And who can deny that Coventry deserved this moment of glory, having won away at Old Trafford, beating Manchester United, and now on the point of beating Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough. Megson gives it Shilton back, and it flashes past the post. Well, a little moment to make the Coventry hearts murmur with 5 minutes left. Shelton, who's stretched and pushed that just wide of the post. What terrific support. 15,000 fans, that's more than the average home gate at Highfield Road this season. In fact, they said they could have sold more tickets if they'd had them, Coventry. Total receipts here of about £150,000, and some £60,000 of that has come from Coventry's travelling supporters. And who says that visiting fans aren't welcome at away matches? Oh, Megson! Oh, so close! But even if he'd scored, surely it would only have been academic, because we've played more than a minute of injury time as Megson holds his head. Referee Gunn has looked at his watch. The players have looked at him, but still we continue. Sedgley puts it into the crowd. Wednesday with the throw. That's gone behind for the corner. And we're now into the second minute of injury time. Igrizovic has come a long way. Clawed at it and missed. Marwood put it across the face of goal, and that's the last act of this quarter-final. It's Sheffield Wednesday 1, Coventry 3, and Coventry have made their own little bit of history. In 103 years of the Football League, they're into the FA Cup semi-finals for the very first time. Now, who do you find as the Coventry hero? Well, I think all of them have been heroes today. Regis, who got the first goal after 17 minutes. But Keith Houchin, the cup winner of the fourth round, cup winner again in this quarter-final with the 2 second goals. Both of them, though, goals that the Sheffield Wednesday defence will be disappointed to have conceded. John Sillett there, embracing the players. And they'll be